What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Today, my friends, what I have for you is something special. Today I'm going to be touring my old Minecraft worlds. So I have a total of 4 worlds that we're going to check out. Some of these worlds are pretty old, man. You know, I have older worlds, but for some reason I couldn't get them to work. I don't know, the game just breaks every update, so there was only a couple I could salvage over time. And so we're going to check those out. Like I said, some of these worlds go back to when I first started this YouTube channel, man. So the worlds that we're going to see, you could still find live streams that I did on these worlds. And, you know, we had a great time on those. And it's going to be very nostalgic, in my opinion. So I'm ready to do this. We're going to have to go into Editions mode for one of these worlds. So that's right, the good old Legacy mode. Here we go. Let's do it. So the first world I have for you guys here is called Sexy Town. Now this world is my first Minecraft survival world that I did on this YouTube channel. I have older ones, but this is like the most, like, as far back as I can go. And you're gonna see some builds are kind of unfinished because this is a copy from the middle of the world, but this is the only copy that I could actually recover. So as you can see, this world is kind of scuffed. The chunk right here shouldn't be here. I think this part of the world is actually unrecoverable, which is sad because I remember I had like a whole base over here and there was even a boat. But yeah, like this world, if you go on my channel and you go to live streams and you go to like oldest live streams, you can see, you know, this world in its prime, in the flesh. You can see everything I had in this world. Now, I remember when I made this world, I was a junior in high school. Actually, when I started this YouTube channel, I was a junior in high school, and originally I had planned to start streaming Minecraft with one of my friends, and he helped me out in this world. We would play, and I remember I just started streaming for fun. Like, I would just come home from baseball practice, and I would start streaming. Now, it wasn't anything crazy. I would have like 1 viewer or 2 viewers, and I still remember who my first viewer is. So, like, if he ever comes back, I'll remember his name and give him a shout out. But yeah, this is one of the buildings I made. It's one of the first buildings I made. It's crazy, man. Like, it's crazy to see, you know, from back then what I was doing. I was making, you know, houses. This I did not make. Somebody made that. A subscriber made that. But I was making houses. I have this build, like the first, you know, prototype of this build. If you watch my streams now, you see that I keep renovating this build. I make it better each time, and this is a prototype. This was the first, you know, copy of this build, the first building of it, and it's crazy, man, just to see how much it's transformed. But yeah, you know, sadly I can only get a copy of this world where it has maybe 4 buildings. But like I said, this world in its prime was pretty crazy. But yeah, this world is called Sexy Town. One of my favorite worlds, just because it's very nostalgic, in my opinion. Like, I still remember all the, like, getting ready to stream, you know, cleaning up the world before every stream. Yeah, man, this world's very nostalgic. So if you remember this world, shout out to you. But now let's head over to the next world. Okay, so this next world is called Ikea World. If you're wondering why it's called Ikea World, it's because of that giant tower right there. Or some people also know it as the Snow World. Now, this world is very, very famous on my channel. Like, I think it has I think it's the second most viewed video on my channel. Because I did a world tour on this, and it was actually the most viewed video on my channel for a while. But this world, man, this world, if we're talking about nostalgia, this world right here takes the cake, bro. Like, I don't think I've ever, you know, like, played a Minecraft world and got more nostalgic than this world. I mean, this world, man, we had so many great memories, so many amazing people join me on this world. A lot of people who watch my channel, you know, they probably know me because of this world. I mean, this was peak right here. This was literally peak. When I say peak, like, I'm talking everything about this world was peak. You know, we have a little marriage thing here because we had people getting married in this world. That's right. We were getting people married in Minecraft. I even had some greenhouses here. This was crazy, man. Like, this is another copy of this world that I can only salvage from during its probably middle of its lifespan. Like I said, this was kind of towards the end of the world actually, because I remember I built this and then I built this. Fun fact, this right here, this build, I think I made this build when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I started working on this build. It's pretty crazy, man. Like, just checking this out, you know, seeing all of this. I've always loved making builds like this, where it's caves, but you bring some lush, like some greenery in here, some grass, leaves, some water even. I've always loved making builds like that. Remember this Iron Man pixel art that I made? Because I was really big into pixel art. Like, I was making pixel art in every world. Even in the previous world, I made a lot of pixel art, but like I said, unfortunately, I couldn't recover a copy where it has all the newer builds. We even got Vibes' house right here. Yeah, this is pretty crazy, man. Like, this was towards like the end of the world actually. Yeah, I remember this. I remember all of this. But yeah, like, I remember, you know, I would always stream around 3 p.m. my time. I would get home from school. So I would get home from school, you know, take the bus, rush home. I would have to walk like 15 minutes. I'd have to walk home 15 minutes. And then, you know, I would cover up my curtains. I would cover up my blinds with a blanket, you know, to make my room dark. Because I would have face cam on at the time. And, you know, I wanted to make it look cool with these little RGB lights that I had, LED lights. And yeah, man, it was just so amazing. I even had a Stampy build in here. Well, I have two actually. I got this one, and then there's another one over there. There's three actually. But dude, I remember this cafe right here. I'm not gonna spend too much time in this world because I actually did a world tour like 3 years ago. So if you wanted to see that, if you want to see the world, then you probably should check that video out. But yeah, this is what my base was looking like at the time. Dang, man, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. My chest room. I remember all of this, man. I really do. It's kind of nostalgic, like I said. This is very nostalgic. We even have Bob here. Pretty cool. Oh, I even remember this haunted house that I made. It's crazy. What the heck is this? Oh, wow. What's up, dog? Haven't seen you in 3 years. How you been? Yeah, I remember this haunted house that I made. It was pretty crazy, man. I remember I felt so, like, cool. Because I made this light flicker. I was able to make this light flicker on and off. But, yeah, man. These builds are kind of hitting me right now. Because these are very nostalgic. Just, like, I remember being here when these things were barely first being made. All these buildings were first getting created. Some of them are griefed, like this one. I got griefed a couple of times, but yeah, you can see this building just kept improving over time. Even have a giant Rubik's Cube that I built off of Stampy. Pretty cool, man. Like, this world's actually amazing. Like I said, I have a whole world tour. If you want to check that video out, you can. It's like the second most viewed video on my channel. But we're gonna head over to the next world now, so let's do it. Let's go. Alright, so this next world here is called the Epic Subworld. Now the reason I call it the Epic Subworld is because this world is when things really started to take off for me. I hit 2,000 subs in this world. So yeah, this is the first world where I started implementing the giant sign right here where we started putting the sub count. Now, this world is when a lot of people who, you know, who become my friends, like actual friends and who I talk to on a daily basis, I met them in this world. So Mikey, Reigns, all these people that you see on my live streams, who I mention in videos and who I make videos with, this is where I kind of met them. This is where we kind of started to like bond, I guess you could say. But other than that, man, we built an amazing city. Like, this city is probably still one of my favorites. The Taco Bell right there, probably the best build in the world, not gonna lie. Wasn't made by me, by the way. But, you know, this is where we met Fets. Some of you might know Fets. I remember I made this right here. I got inspired off of a different build, which was a swamp village. And this is what it turned out to look like. Looks nice. And then I even made this temple right here. This temple is one of my favorite builds in this world. The thing is, because it's so epic, people kept griefing it. So my viewers would grief it. That's why, you know, there's water right there. And I never wanted to put an actual interior. Because if I did put an interior, it would get griefed. Like, no doubt. Like, no joke. It would actually get griefed. But this world is actually very, you know, well known. Because not only do I have a city in this world, but I also went ahead and built one of the tutorial worlds from the good old Xbox 360 days. This, I believe, is Tutorial World 31, TU31. This is my favorite tutorial world, so I was like, you know what? I want to challenge myself to see if I could build it. So I did build it. This is actually a block for block replica from literally the start of the spawn right there to the end of the city, which is over here. So yeah, this is one of my favorite um, title update worlds. Unfortunately, it got griefed, but that sucks. I even built the mansion from the same title update world, and I think I even went ahead and I started to, if it's still here, I'm not sure if it's still here. Yes, it's still here. Yes, I even went ahead and I started to try and build a Dallas Med 65's house. So I remember I had got a copy of Dallas Med's World, and I even tried building his house. I changed the color though because, let's be real, Dallas Med has the best house in Minecraft. Like no joke, like no doubt. Yeah, so this is what I tried doing. Like I said, this series was scrapped. It never got finished. This series would have kept going, or this world. The reason it got scrapped was because of corruption. I kept dealing with a lot of like corruption. My world kept breaking. My world kept crashing. The world was a mess because it reached a certain limit in terms of size, like megabyte size, where it just couldn't handle any more of the builds and I guess any more of what we were doing at the time. So the world just kind of gave up on us. So that's when we made a new world. Now every world that I make, I try to stay in it for a good while. I try to keep the worlds going for at least a year, and you'll see that in the next world as well. But this is the epic subworld. I mean, we had skyscrapers in here. The Rubik's Cube came back. And we even had a court as well. There was a court. This is amazing. Look at this thing, bro. Freaking awesome. And yeah, the court sessions in this world were actually pretty wild. I remember those. We even had a GameStop over there. And yeah, man, this was awesome. This was awesome. This world is one of my favorites as well. Very nostalgic as well. I remember, you know, the time that was, all the time that we were having fun on this world. It was awesome, man. It was amazing. I remember this little statue as well. But yeah, this world I believe took place during 2021. So, you know, this one was when like everything was kind of shut down and we were just forced to stay inside and play, and this is what we were just doing all day, man. Pretty epic. Let's head over to the next world. Alright, so this world, the final world that I have for you guys, is my favorite world in my opinion. Like out of all the worlds I've ever made, this is still my favorite world. My favorite live stream world, my favorite subworld. This is the infamous King's Subworld. Yeah, King's Subworld. So this one right here, man. Oh, where do I even begin? First of all, the house. Come on, you can't lie. This thing freaking smacks, bro. Like, look at this thing. Crazy. And I even built the village, a whole village right here, where my goal was to build these like fantasy type houses, but out of every color. And dude, once this thing was finished, it would have looked amazing. I kid you not, man. And I even built a school. I found this off of a world on the marketplace, this build, and I was like, yo, I want to challenge myself to make this. And I tried making it, but because it was so huge and complex, bro, I kind of gave up. As you can see, some parts I started not to care about finishing, so they're unfinished. So you can see this whole side of the building is unfinished, but basically this would have been like a school slash university in my world. And like I said, it never got finished though. I think somebody was even living here. What? I never knew that until right now. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, this would have been a university or school. Pretty epic. Pretty awesome. Over here we have the pagoda. Oh man. What do I even say about this, bro? Because, dang. This build is like, it's crazy. It's awesome. But it gets actually crazier than that, and I'll show you in a minute. As you can see, some buildings return. This one returned, and I think my cactus one returned as well. So yeah, that building returned, as well as the Fets Corp right here. What I call it, Fets Corp. And then we had some new buildings, well, like that one, and even that one over there. And then over here, I actually tried, you know, going crazy. I tried making a mega city. That's right. So you have your regular cities, and then you have your mega cities with buildings that are like 3 times as as large as a regular building, which is what I tried doing on this one. And I even tried building an Eiffel Tower. Like I said, this is off of another world you can find on the marketplace. But I tried making it, and it came out pretty cool. Like I said, these buildings are so huge that I never finished the inside. Sorry. There's a glitch right now in Minecraft where you can't land if you're holding an elytra. That's why I keep flying. But yeah, these buildings were crazy, crazy huge, man, that I was never actually able to do an inside, an interior. But dang, look at all these builds, man. This is crazy. I want to show you something in this world that a lot of people kind of, were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you actually did that. Like, how did you do that? So, in the previous world, I had showed you guys that, I made the title update world block for block. Well, in this world, I wanted to challenge myself even more. So, I decided to make Stampy's world block for block. So, if you go like away from the city to a certain corner of the map, you can see that I started making Stampy's world block for block. Now this is the OG Stampy world. This isn't the lovelier world Stampy's world, because that one would have taken a good amount of effort and time. Not to say that I, can't do it in the future. Maybe I will. But I started making this world block for block. This is literally Stampy's world. The whole layout of his island, of his world. Some parts are unfinished because I never got to do them, like the theater and everything else that was over there. But his house, for the most part, is literally block for block. All these buildings are block for block. This is not block for block. That was hard to make, so cut me some slack there. But a lot of the city is not finished. Sadly, it won't ever get finished. But I'm proud of what I was able to do on stream, which was make a lot of this. But yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. Like, this actually, I can't believe I did this, bro. Like, I must have been on something. I was on Demon Time or something. I must have been on a good one, bro. Be able to do all that. But yeah, this world is still my favorite world. Mainly because of that area. Because of the city. A lot of good builders joined my world at this time. So we were able to get blessed with a bunch of amazing builds. Thank goodness. But I also have one more thing I gotta show you guys that tops every single building in this world, and that is the famous one and only planet in the sky. We literally have Jupiter. No, I'm just playing. That building is good, but dude, check this out. We have freaking Godzilla, bro. Look at that. We have Godzilla in this world. I can't stop flying. I'm telling you, it's literally glitched right now, but bro, we have Godzilla in Minecraft. I did not build this, by the way. I did not build this. Mikey built this, if you're wondering. Mikey built this, my good buddy Mikey. But yo, the fact that he was able to build a Godzilla in my world, legit, by the way, this is not creative. I'm in creative right now because, I switched to creative mode. Like, I'm not gonna tour these worlds in survival, bro. That takes forever. But yo, the fact that he was able to build this in survival mode, he finished it on stream as well. So he would do this every time I streamed. He would just work on this. And this is what the final, result looked like. And man, I gotta say, this thing looks insane. It looks sick. The reason I stopped this world was because people kept, bashing me, bro. Like my viewers kept, complaining that, they wanted a new world. And I kept fighting, saying I don't want a new world. But I guess, the majority wanted a new world. So unfortunately, a lot of my goals and, dreams that I had for this world, they had to get put on hold. And I still haven't made a world better than this. I'm working on it, but I keep getting, bashed saying, make a new world, make a new world. Like, we want a new world. So a lot of my dreams that I have and I guess goals, builds that I want to make, they always, kind of get sidelined because people always want me to make a new world, and I just want to finish my dream goal, which is make the greatest world of all time. But yeah, this is the Godzilla. Pretty crazy, man. This world is definitely my favorite. And I one day plan to top this world. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my hardest to do so. But yeah, one day we will top this world. I believe it. But for now, this is what my favorite world is. And yeah, I have a whole world tour on this video as well if you want to check that out. All of the worlds have world tours on them, so if you want to see them, they all have world tours where I go a little more in depth. But I'm gonna wrap it up right here, you guys. This is gonna conclude the world tours of all my worlds, all my old Minecraft worlds. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, let me know what your favorite build you saw in these worlds is. I would like to know. And yeah, until the next one, my friends. We'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. Till the next one. Peace.